Hey team, I'm Crystal and this is Yoga for Faith number 2. If you're new to yoga, welcome. Yoga is a journey. So if after about 15 to 20 minutes you feel like you got enough out of your practice, feel free to leave and we'll see you next time. Yoga for Faith always starts with a daily devotion, some really nice breath work to connect our breath into our body and the universe, and then also moving through a series of different poses to really bring some nice energy and warmth into our joints and our muscles. So grab something comfortable to wear, put on your favorite playlist, and let's go ahead and get started in Sukhasana, or our easy seated position today. Softening our eyelids, closing our eyes, and just allowing our next in-breath to enter through our nostrils, expanding our chest, and then allowing our out-breath to leave through our mouth, just feeling our stomach completely hollow. Breathing in to fill, and just breathing out to completely let go. Today's daily devotion is come to me and rest. I am all around you to bless and restore. Breathe me in with each breath. The way just ahead of you is very steep. Slow down and cling tightly to my hand. I am teaching you a difficult lesson learned only by hardship. Lift up empty hands of faith to receive my precious presence. Light, life, joy, and peace flow freely through this gift. When your focus turns away from me, you grasp for other things. You drop the glowing gift of my presence as you reach for lifeless ashes. Return to me, regain my presence. Matthew 11:28-29, 1 Timothy 2:8. So just continuing to breathe in to fill. And as we breathe out, letting go of any worry, any anxiety we have, putting our full trust in God, and knowing there will always be situations and circumstances that are out of our control, and that He will intervene, not only to help us, but to ensure we succeed, even if it's not the way maybe we think we should get there. So just continuing to breathe in, feeling that love and that energy, and breathing out to completely let go. And as we take our next big in-breath, lifting our arms, reaching through our fingertips. And now as we breathe out, adding a beautiful side bend to our right. Just reaching through our top arm and continuing to revolve our top shoulder on our inhale and reach further on our out breath. And our next in-breath is going to lift us back to the center, pressing our sit bones deeper into our mat. And our out-breath is just going to bring our side bend to our other side. Breathing in to open and breathing out to soften down. Just finding another spot. Maybe we can let go of any tension, any stress we're holding on to. One more breath here. And we're going to breathe in and lift even higher to the heavens, reaching through our fingertips. And then as we breathe out, just allowing our arms to float down, softening through both shoulders. And we're going to find our way to our tabletop. So uncrossing our legs, bringing our knees under our hips, and our wrists under our shoulders, allowing the tops of our feet to lay flat on the earth and just pulling our belly button up into our spine. As we take our next breath in, we're going to lift our eyes all the way to the heavens. And then as we breathe out, we're going to bring our eyes to our navel, flexing through our spine. So our in-breath is going to lift and extend, bringing us into our cow. And our out-breath is going to bring a beautiful curl to our back, finding our cat. And we're just going to continue to breathe between these two poses at whatever speed feels right for your breath today. And it's not about moving fast. It's not about chasing intensity. It's about what feels right for your body in this moment. Slowing down and just giving our body the love it deserves, the time it needs to restore and recover, feeling God's healing light. One more breath. And we're going to find our way back to our tabletop. And from here, we're just going to push our hips back, and we're going to step our right leg forward into our low lunge, bringing our ankle under our knee, and then just lifting our chest to the heavens and breathing out to sink deep into our back hip. And we're going to take a couple of more breaths right here, guys. Just continuing to push into our front foot as we sink deeper into our hip joint. One more breath. And we're going to sink our hips back, and we're going to find our half split or half monkey. So just feeling that really nice energy run through the back of our leg, collapsing our chest, and letting go with each exhale. One more breath here. And when you're ready, we're going to shift our weight forward, and then we're going to step our right foot or this front foot back, finding our way back to tabletop, resettling our breath, feeling the earth under our hands, under our knees. And let's find some nice energy for our hips. So our next inhale, we're going to come to dancing lion. So bringing our hips to the right, making a nice big circle, and just exploring where we can take this. Can we make that circle a little wider? Maybe you're moving faster or slower. What do you need? What does your body want here? And let's take one more delicious breath. And then meet back in our tabletop, and we're going to push our hips back, and this time we're going to step our left leg forward. So finding our low lunge, planting this foot, and breathing in to lift the eyes in our heart, and breathing out to push our hip closer to the earth. And if at any time this becomes too much, you can always reset. And then just rejoin me when it feels right for your practice. One more breath here. And let's take that next in-breath and shift our body behind, finding our half monkey or half split. So just allowing the hips to push further behind us with each exhale. And feeling the difference that makes in the energy through our hamstring, through our calf. One more breath. And then we're going to shift our weight back to the front. And now we're going to step our left foot back, finding tabletop once again. Spreading our fingers wide, pulling our belly button deep into our spine. And let's find that dancing lion. But now we're going to move to our left, allowing our forearms to surrender down to the earth. Once again, just seeing how much space we can make, how warm we can get our hips here. One more breath. And then when you're ready, meet me in tabletop. And together, team, we're going to tuck our toes and we're going to push our sit bones up and back for our downward facing dog, allowing our armpits to pull down towards the earth. And you can absolutely stay still in your dog, or if you want, you can walk your dog out with me, just pedaling your feet. So taking some time here to just really focus on ourselves, connecting our breath with our body, and finding that restoration, finding that connection with God and the universe, breathing in all of His blessings, breathing out any worry, any anxiety, being gratuitous for this time that we've set aside so that we can work on ourselves. We can be open for God's restoration and recovery. And let's take 2 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, we're going to push both heels deeper towards the earth, feeling that deep stretch through the back of our legs. And when you're ready, team, we are just going to bend our knees and we can either step or jump forward into our forward fold, just bringing our feet either shoulder or hip distance apart and completely melting down through our chest so that it lays on our thighs or whatever is right for your body today. Breathing in to fill, breathing out to collapse a little deeper. Feels so good. One more breath. Beautiful. And together we're slowly going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, stacking our hips under our ribs and finding our way to mountain or Tadasana. And we are going to start to move. So squeezing our belly tight, we're going to use our next in-breath to reach for the sky, looking up to the heavens, bringing our hips forward, and our out-breath swan dives us forward, grounding down through both feet. Our next in-breath is going to step our right leg behind us, finding our lunge. Out-breath is going to step our left leg back to downward facing dog. Breathing in, we're going to roll forward, finding our way to plank, knees or toes. We're going to lower to chaturanga, elbows hug our body here. Nice big in-breath, push and lift to cobra or all the way to up dog. And out-breath is going to push us back to downward facing dog. Our next in-breath, bend the knees, right foot powers through the hands, finding our way back to lunge. Out-breath steps us forward into our fold. Stay here for 3 breaths. Breathing in to fill, breathing out to settle deeper into our body. So just allowing the heart rate to kind of slow down for a minute before we do it all on the other side. One more breath. Our next in-breath pushes the earth away. Fingertips reach for the ceiling. Drive the hips a little more forward. Out-breath, completely let go. Diving into our fold. Left leg, breathe it back for lunge. Low in the hip. Out-breath, step to down dog. Heels to the earth. Breathe in, roll forward, just like a river through your spine. Out-breath, lower with control. Feel the strength of your triceps. In-breath, push and rise, squeezing our shoulder blades and booty. Out-breath, downward facing dog. Big breath in, bend, left leg steps forward. Out-breath, we're going to step the back leg in, forward fold. And we're going to stay here for 2 more breaths. Body is starting to get warm, and we're waking up together. Breathe in, reach for the sky. Breathe out, everything collapses forward. In-breath, right leg, step it back, stay lower in the hip. Out-breath, find your down dog. Sit bones up and further back. Wind up, breathe in and roll forward, pushing out of all 10 toes. Out-breath, slowly lower. Body is strong and stable. In-breath, push, exploding through the earth into up dog. Out-breath, downward facing dog. In-breath, bend, right foot steps forward. Feel that length. Out-breath, back leg steps in, forward fold. Stay here. So the heart rate starting to increase, That's what we're looking for, guys. We're going to do it one more time on the left. So our next big in breath, push and lift. Out breath, dive it forward. Settle into the heels. In breath, left leg steps us back. Out breath, downward facing dog. Where can you take this? In breath, roll to the front. Chest forward to the hands. Out breath, lower with control. You've been here before. Breathe in, push and lift. Feel the explosion of power. Out breath, downward facing dog. In breath, left leg steps us through. In the out breath, back leg steps us in. And we're going to stay here for a second, guys. And we're just going to let everything reset. So think about lifting your sit bones higher as you collapse down through your chest and shoulders. And if you want to take this further, we can find hangout or ragdoll pose by breathing our opposite palm to our elbow and then adding a little swing from one side to the next. Or not. Just continuing to breathe in through our nostrils, letting go through our lips. One more breath. Beautiful. And we're going to come back to the center. And together we're going to roll up to the top. And we're going to come to the center of our mat for our tree pose today. Right heel to our left ankle, trying to square our hips as much as possible. We can stay here or we can advance by bringing our heel into our thigh or anywhere in between. We're just going to breathe our palms together and allow our shoulders to soften. Squeezing our trunk real tight and pushing into our roots. Beautiful, guys. So you can stay exactly as you are, or we can use our next breath to open our branches wide. And then continuing to soften down through both shoulders. One more breath here. And when it feels good, we're going to let it go. We're going to find our way back to the earth. And we're going to come into our angel pose today. So bringing our fingers together and pushing our palms to the ceiling, almost like we're creating a halo with our hands. Our next breath, we're going to lift our heels. And it might be a micro lift, and that's okay. But allowing the eyes and heart to lift through the heavens as we push through our palms. And now can you lean back as you push your hips forward? And it is so good. One more beautiful breath here. And gently find your way back to the earth and just let everything float and release. And we're going to find our tree on our other side. So anchoring down through the right leg now and the left heel. Either comes to our ankle or to the inside of our thigh. Breathing our palms together, softening our shoulders, and just finding our symbol of strength and stability. And what we tend to find is one side might be completely different than the next, and that is totally fine. Couple more breaths. And if you want a deeper challenge, absolutely breathe your branches wide. And then as you breathe out, push deeper into your roots. Feel the difference in strength that makes through your entire being. One more breath. And let it go. And together, guys, we're going to find our way to the earth. And we're going to come all the way to the ground. Finding our way back to tabletop. And just resetting through our body here. So if you need water, absolutely grab it. If you need a break and you want to reset in a child's pose, now is the time. But if you're still with me, we're going to move into our melting heart pose. So coming down onto our forearms, and now we're going to tuck our feet, and we're going to press our hips behind us as we pull both armpits towards the mat, allowing our in-breath to fill through our lungs, allowing that out-breath to push our hips further behind and pull our armpits closer to the mat, and just continuing to use each breath. to go a little deeper, to create more energy, more restoration. So good. One more breath. And we're just shifting our weight forward on our next in-breath. We're going to climb back up onto our palms, and we're going to take our left leg and fold it under our body, and we're going to bring our right heel either inside or, for a deeper challenge, outside of our left knee, settling our hips, and then hugging our thigh with our opposite arm so that we find our seated twist. Beautiful, guys. So if you can't get here and keep both hips down, we want to definitely extend the bottom leg so it creates that connection to the earth, because that's what we're looking for. But as you take your next in-breath, we're going to lift through our spine. And then as we breathe out, we're going to twist through our shoulders, through the middle of our back, and all the way down into our lumbar spine. So just allowing each in-breath to lift the crown of our head, and then using each out-breath to turn as far as possible while keeping both hips deeply pressed into the earth. One more beautiful breath here. And we're gently going to let it go. And we're just going to do our seated twist on our other side. So I've already shown you how to set up. So let's get right to it. Securing our hips, breathing in length, and breathing out rotation. Just seeing how far we can take our eyes, how far we can take our twist with every single out breath. And let's take one more big breath here. And then gently releasing our twist, releasing our legs, turning onto our mat, and just windshield wipering our legs from side to side, getting some nice release. Once again, some really nice breath all the way into our hip joints here as we move, as we let go. And then gently extending our legs out, pulling the flesh away from our sit bones. And from here, we're just going to take a couple of breaths. Breathing in to lift the spine, breathing in to push our legs deeper into the floor. Just feeling this really nice posture, this really nice strength through our back. One more breath here. And slowly, we are going to roll down, pushing our legs into the floor and just allowing our back to completely melt down into our mat. Allowing our next in-breath to pull our knees into our chest. And then if it feels good, making some small circles with our knees. Giving our spine a beautiful massage. Loving and hugging our body. Being gratuitous for everything our body has accomplished up to this moment. And thanking God for giving us health, giving us time to work on ourselves. And then we're going to switch directions with our knees if you're making those circles. And just feeling that beautiful warmth and energy radiate through our bodies. And when you're ready, meeting me back in the center, and we're going to extend our left leg straight out to the ground and our right leg straight up to the ceiling or the heavens. From here, we can bring our hands behind our calf or behind our hamstring, just not behind our knee joint. We don't ever want to grab behind a joint. Allowing our in-breath to pull our knee closer to our chest, and then just using our out-breath to push our tailbone deeper into the earth and just let go of some of this tension. And let's take 3 more breaths here. Breathing in to pull. Breathing out to reset. One more breath. And then we're just going to fold our right leg to 90 degrees, and our left hand is going to guide our right knee over and across our body, just surrendering to our supine twist. Breathing in energy and breathing out to anchor down deeper through both shoulders. And just should feel so good. One more breath here. And gently release. And we're going to come back to the center. And we're going to extend the right leg to the earth. And now we're going to pull our left leg in, extending our left heel to the heavens. And finding where it feels good to hold on to. Using our in-breath to pull our knee closer to our body. Using our out-breath to release and push our hips deeper towards the floor. Beautiful, guys. So it tends to happen here. We hold a lot of stress in our shoulders and elbows. We really want to soften through our upper body and just really focus on this stretch through the back of our legs here as we connect with our breath. One more big in-breath. One more big out-breath. And then we're going to fold our left leg to 90 degrees, and we're going to come over and across and just finding our supine twist on our other side. Continuing to breathe in energy and light, and breathe out anything that doesn't serve us or bring us happiness and peace. One more big in-breath. One more big out-breath. And let's meet back in the center, hugging our knees in towards our chest. And then when it feels good, allowing our shoulders to press into the ground, palms up to the sky. And we're going to extend both feet to the heavens. So pushing out of our heels as we push our tailbone down. And you should feel some beautiful warmth running down the back of the body here. Allowing those heels to push up just a little further, squeezing our thighs and feeling our back press down deeper into the ground. Let's take 2 more big breaths here. And then gently, we are going to allow our waterfall to trickle down, kicking our feet, feeling that control and that strength in our abs, and then finding our final resting place for Shavasana or a corpse pose. Softening our eyelids, closing our eyes, letting go of anything we're holding on to through every ounce of our body. Feeling that in-breath as it enters through our nose. letting go through each out breath, feeling our back completely dissolve towards the earth. Allowing our breath to not only settle our body here, but also our mind. In our fast-paced world, as we move from one thing to the next, it's easy to forget to set time aside, to slow down, and to open our bodies to restoration and renewal through God. It is through this time that we find that deeper connection, knowing that we cannot accomplish all of our earthly goals on our own, and that through His divine intervention, anything is possible. So there's no need to worry. There's no need to stress, because He has not forsaken us and He has never abandoned us. So it is through trusting Him that we will find peace and true happiness. Breathing in God's breath, His restoration, His renewal, and letting go of anxiety, of worry, turbulence, and tension. And if during this time your mind starts to wander or think about other things you need to do throughout your day, that's okay. Just accept it and then bring it back to your breath, to your body, and to this moment with God. Breathing in the good stuff. Letting go of all of the bad stuff. And finally, we are going to bring some slow movement back into our bodies. So wiggling our fingers and our toes. And then making small circles with our wrists and our ankles. And then gently repeating in the opposite direction. And when it feels right, breathing our knees back into our chest. And we're just going to pull ourselves up and find our way back to our seated position. Keeping our eyes closed. And we're going to take one final big breath together. So as we take our next breath in, lifting our arms high and just bringing our palms together at the top. And then as we breathe out, allowing our hands to gently lower to the center of our heart. Opening our eyes and coming back into our day. Going into our week with the mantra, come to me and rest. Allowing all of our trust to be in God and knowing that He has a plan for all of us, even if we don't see it right away. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in each and every one of you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy and your practice with me today. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I'm Crystal. This was Yoga for Faith number 2. I hope you have a fantastic week. And until I see you again, remember, come to me and rest, because sometimes rest is needed in order for us to rejuvenate and come back at a better level and as a better version of ourselves. So thank you for coming and have a fantastic day. I'm a